Right now, your cat trusts you completely. They eat what you put in their bowl, they sleep where you let them sleep, they live inside the world you built for them, and they have no way to tell you when something in that world is hurting them. That's exactly why this matters. Here are 7 things experts warn you should never do if you have an indoor cat. 1. This solution is actually animal abuse. Let's start with the one that makes veterinarians physically cringe: declawing. It sounds minor. A quick procedure, a little recovery time, no more scratched furniture. That's how it's been sold to American cat owners for decades. But here's what actually happens on the operating table. Declawing isn't a nail trim. It's the surgical amputation of the last bone in each toe. The equivalent of cutting off every human finger at the first knuckle, not the nail, the bone. And the pain doesn't end when the anesthesia wears off. Declawed cats develop chronic nerve pain, arthritis, and permanently altered gait because they're forced to redistribute their weight in ways their bodies were never designed for. The psychological damage runs just as deep. Declawed cats are significantly more likely to stop using their litter box because digging is excruciating, and far more likely to bite because they've lost their primary defense. They become more anxious, more withdrawn, and their owners rarely connect any of it back to that one procedure years ago. More than 40 countries have banned declawing outright. The United States is not one of them, yet. If scratching is the issue, there are real solutions: sisal posts, double-sided tape on target surfaces, soft nail caps. None of them require surgery. None of them cause permanent damage. Give your cat somewhere appropriate to scratch, and most cats will take it. If you've ever been told declawing is no big deal, drop a 1 in the comments. I want to know how many of us heard that lie. 2. The bouquet that killed her cat. Someone once shared something in a comment that stopped me cold. She cut azalea branches from her yard. They were blooming beautifully, brought them inside to display, and the next morning found her cat on the living room floor. She had no idea azaleas were toxic. Nobody had ever told her. That story isn't rare. It's heartbreakingly common. The ASPCA's list of plants toxic to cats runs into the hundreds, and the most dangerous ones aren't obscure. They're sitting in grocery store flower sections and living room windowsills right now. Lilies are the most critical. Not just Easter lilies, tiger lilies, daylilies, Asiatic lilies, the entire family. A cat doesn't even have to eat one. Brushing against the flower and licking the pollen off their fur is enough to trigger acute kidney failure. What makes lilies uniquely terrifying is that scientists still don't fully understand the toxicity mechanism, meaning there's no specific antidote. Treatment is aggressive supportive care, and it has to start within hours. Other common culprits: pothos, philodendron, peace lilies, Dieffenbachia, oleander and aloe vera, which most people keep around for its soothing properties, not realizing it's dangerous for cats. Before you bring any plant home, Google its name plus toxic to cats. It takes 30 seconds. That 30 seconds might be the most important thing you do this week. 3. The fastest way to lose their trust. Here's something most cat owners don't realize about feline neurology. Cats experience time differently than we do. Their associative memory, the system linking cause to consequence, operates on a window of roughly 2 seconds. So if your cat knocks something off the counter and you walk over to scold them 10 seconds later, they have no idea why you're upset. What they register is, you approached, your body changed, your voice got loud and scary, and now you are a source of threat. That's not a lesson about the counter, that's a lesson about you. Research consistently shows that punishment-based approaches don't reduce unwanted behavior in cats, they increase it. Cats who are yelled at or physically startled become more anxious, and anxious cats act out in more ways, not fewer. The deeper damage, though, is to the bond. A 2019 Oregon State University study found that 65% of cats form secure attachment bonds with their owners, the same attachment measured in human infants and their mothers. That bond is built on you being safe, consistently. Every time you become unpredictable or frightening, you chip away at something that took months to build. Redirect instead of punish. Move them. Offer an alternative. Reward what you want to see. Your relationship is worth more than winning an argument with a creature that didn't know there was an argument at all. 4. You're slowly dehydrating your cat. This one surprises people every time. Cats evolved in desert environments and developed an adaptation that now works against them. Their thirst drive is dangerously weak. In the wild, cats got most of their water from prey. A fresh-caught mouse is about 70% water. That's how they were designed to hydrate. Standard dry kibble contains 6 to 10% moisture. That gap isn't being made up at the water fountain because cats simply don't feel thirsty enough to drink what they need. Dr. Elizabeth Colleran, former president of the American Association of Feline Practitioners, said it directly. Cats fed exclusively dry diets are in a constant state of mild dehydration. Over time, that becomes the leading driver of urinary tract disease and kidney failure, the number one cause of death in adult cats. Wet food runs 75 to 80% moisture. That's not a luxury. That's closer to what their bodies were built for. If your cat refuses wet food, the answer is transition, not surrender. Try a small spoonful alongside dry food. Experiment with textures, pâté, shredded, chunks in broth. Some cats take weeks to come around. Be patient, and keep human food off the table. Grapes and raisins can trigger kidney failure. Onions and garlic destroy red blood cells, and dairy causes digestive distress because adult cats are lactose intolerant. 5. Your cat is following you right now. Someone once left a comment that got nearly 100 likes. All it said was, "Funny how cats have the reputation of being independent, but they actually just want us around all the time. Mine follows me from room to room like a tiny furry shadow." Every cat person recognized that instantly, because it's true, and because the cultural story about cats being aloof is one of the great myths in the animal world. The science is unambiguous. That 2019 Oregon State study found that the majority of cats display secure attachment to their owners. Your cat uses you as a safe base. They explore when you're calm. They retreat to you when uncertain. They regulate their own nervous system based on your presence. Leaving them alone too long doesn't just bore them, it dysregulates them. Healthy adult cats can manage 8 to 12 hours solo, but frequent long absences accumulate. Increased hiding, reduced play, appetite changes, excessive grooming. These aren't personality quirks, they're stress responses. The fix is presence, scheduled play, sitting in the same room, even when you're both doing your own thing. That parallel companionship, you on your laptop, them curled nearby, is not nothing. To a cat, it's almost everything. Your cat isn't following you from room to room out of habit. They're doing it because you are genuinely the center of their world. 6. What boredom actually looks like. Most people picture a bored cat as a relaxed cat, sprawled out, half asleep, content. That's not what feline boredom looks like. A 2023 ASPCA survey found that 55% of indoor cats show signs of boredom, excessive sleeping, overeating, or destructive behavior. A 2024 study measuring cortisol in cat fur found that cats in enriched environments had nearly half the stress hormones of those in bare ones. Half. That's not subtle. Boredom looks like a cat that used to be curious, showing no interest in anything. It looks like knocking things off surfaces. Not mischief, but an attempt to manufacture stimulation. It looks like over-grooming, aggression, or furniture destruction that no amount of scolding will fix. The solution doesn't have to be expensive. 30 minutes of active daily play makes a measurable difference. Wand toys, window perches, paper bags, puzzle feeders. Cats are hunters who need to stalk and pounce, even in miniature. One thing to pull out of rotation immediately: yarn and string. The cartoon image is charming. The reality isn't. String-like materials can wrap around a cat's intestines if swallowed, and cats can't spit them out because their barbed tongues pull material inward. Finally, scratching posts aren't decorative. Scratching is how cats maintain their claws, mark territory, and physically decompress. Without an outlet, your couch becomes the outlet. Place a post near the spots they already target, and most cats will take it within days. 7. The number that should haunt you. A study by Banfield Pet Hospital analysing records from 460,000 cats found that neutered male cats live on average 62% longer than intact males. Spayed females live 39% longer than unspayed ones. A 2025 UK study tracking 7,708 cats put concrete numbers on that gap. Spayed females averaged 13.2 years. Unspayed females averaged 10.9. That's more than 2 years. Gone for no reason. Indoor cat owners often assume spaying and neutering matter, less since their cats don't roam. But the lifespan benefit has little to do with roaming. It comes from eliminating reproductive cancers, uterine infections and hormonal risk factors that intact cats carry their entire lives. Then there are regular vet visits, 1 per year, minimum. The cost is real, and frustration around veterinary pricing is completely legitimate. But annual checkups are the only way to catch kidney disease, hypothyroidism, dental disease, and early cancer before they become emergencies. Cats hide illness instinctively. In the wild, showing weakness means becoming prey. By the time symptoms are obvious, the window for easy treatment is often already closed. You are their only advocate. You are the only one who can make that call, and the fact that you're still watching, that you care enough to be here, means you already have everything it takes to give them more time.